1980's The Hearse. This is one of those movies that has been on my YouTube watch list for a very long time, and I figured I would finally give it a chance. I vaguely remember finding this movie probably a year and a half ago on one of those slashers you've never heard of list. It is not a slasher. It is more California Gothic with some supernatural stuff tossed in. Jane is a recently divorced woman who had a nervous breakdown in the course of her divorce. When she gets out of the mental hospital, she finds out that she has been left her aunt's huge Gothic house out in the middle of nowhere. She decides this is the perfect place to go and relax, rest, and rebuild her life. And then stuff happens, mostly related to her reading her aunt's diary. Her aunt had a crazy secret life, and that bleeds through into Jane's reality. So I can see sort of how someone who doesn't really understand the mechanics of slashers might think that this is a slasher, but it's really not. As I said, it is basically a California Gothic with some supernatural elements, but there are a couple scenes that could fit into a slasher movie if you wanted them to. There is one where I thought it was going to go full slasher, but then it just slammed on the brakes and went back to Gothic for another half an hour, 35 minutes. Right at the end, at the very end, again, it seems like it's going to veer into slasher territory, but then it pumps the brakes, backs off, and we get just a real cop-out ending. I'm sorry, spoiler alert, but it's a real cop-out ending. Overall, it is not a bad movie. I'm not going to recommend it because it's not the type of thing that I'm into. And if you're here, it's probably not the type of thing you're into. But if you want to see a very, very young Christopher McDonald in a very insignificant role, go ahead and check it out. It is on YouTube for free. Just search for The Hearse full movie. That's where I watched it, and you can too. That's it for me. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you next time.